Hello, my posse. Hello, all my new subscribers. Thank you so much for coming to my living room today. I so appreciate you when you stop by. For all of you new subscribers, they say I don't introduce myself. My name is Barbara. They call me Babs. They call me Nurse Babs. I have a beauty channel, a wig channel. My channel is all about being the best version of yourself in the matured community, and I am 79. I will be 80 on my next birthday. Yeah, time goes by when you're having fun, I know. But today I'm gonna do two back-to-back videos today. So you're probably gonna see the same outfit on me because I'm not gonna do a fast change. I could, but I don't want to. I'm just gonna sit here and do the next one. But I wanted to get this one out first because this has come up quite a bit lately, especially with my new subscribers. And I want to just kind of clear the air a little bit, okay? I'm going to talk about my facelift. Have I had a facelift? What have I had done on my face? Because so many of you seem to be so curious about that. So if you're interested in that, stay tuned. So yeah, I have gotten quite a few comments. Come on, you can't be in your 70s and tell me that you haven't had a facelift, or I don't believe you. You've had to have some procedures done on your face. Come on, you've had laser surgery. You've had something done on your face. You know, I don't know how else to tell you that I have not. I mean, I think you could tell, and if there was a plastic surgeon watching on here, looking at my face, he could tell. You know, there's a lot of those plastic surgeons out there who critique stars and tell us what they've had done. I think they would be able to tell you that I have not. You could tell by my face, by the way my face is molded, you could tell. You know, I don't know how else to tell you. I had somebody just tell me that they thought I had a neck lift. Now, I mean, I don't know, let's see. I have wrinkles in my neck. I mean, I'm going to be 80. I mean, I'm not like a baby's butt here, but you can tell I did my massaging. You can see how red I am from doing my massaging techniques this morning. But you could tell, you know, if I was sliced over here on the side, my wig, I'm not. I have not had a facelift. And, you know, I want to say thank you for saying that to me, but I haven't. I'm not going to rule it out because, you know, my channel is all about being the best version of yourself, and whatever that version is. And I want you to be that version. I want you to be the best that you can be with what you have to work with. And there's no such thing to me as somebody that can't look the best that they can. I mean, it isn't. And I'll flash back for you for a minute. Sidetrack for a minute. I remember, and I'm saying this because what you see here is like a fixed up face, because that girl's is what I believe in. And that is my facelift, is massaging my face every day. And while we're at it, I'm going to tell you, this is what I use daily. And I told you I did that lymphatic drainage video. I'll link it again if you'd like in my description box. But I do this gua sha every day into my face. When I don't use this, I use my good old fists, and I massage my face up and out. I do up my forehead. I do my eyes. Are so important. My eyes are really, my eyes are my worst enemy. They don't belong to me. They belong to somebody else because they're not my eyes. Anyway, but yeah, they are. And that's okay. I mean, you know, we all can't have everything perfect. But and somebody says they don't believe that I can just achieve this just from creams, because that's not true. And I'm here to tell you it is true. No matter how old you think you look and that there's no hope for you, I think if you massaged your face and you use the best cream that's available for your skin type, which is going to be my next video. We're going to talk about reviews and products, and we're going to go into that on this upcoming video. But I wanted to get this out because I don't want you to think when I do my product reviews, well, she's doing product reviews when she's had a facelift. I have not. I really have not. And I use, like I say, my gua sha. The only tools that I use on my face is my little Dollar Tree massager. See, I said massager this time. I didn't say vibrator, so it's never too old to learn a new word, boys and girls. And this, I sit and watch TV, and I do this. And I also do it on the back of my hands, wherever, my chest area, my décolletage, my décolleté, whatever you call it, my chest. And I do, and this tool, I have a few of these that I got at the Dollar Tree. I don't know if you can find them anymore. I love this. The other thing that I do on my eyes with my eye cream is this is another Dollar Tree gadget. This is cooling, and I put on my eye cream, and I just do this. And of course they're new, because when I started out, I didn't have those little gadgets there. I always just use my hands. And I always buy a face cream that has the ability to let me massage into my skin. And I know I talk about my Ella Freda, and it's coming up on another video. When I do my product reviews, we're going to talk about you know, that particular product and other products. I won't go into it too much today. But that product to me allows me to massage my skin. Some of them you put on, they suck into your skin, and you know, the manufacturers think that's great. It's not great. If you don't have enough moisture that you can massage into your face, that's not a good product. At least for me. But what you see on here is a made up Babs, is a Babs that's got makeup on, that's a Babs that uses her cream and my fingers mostly every single day of my life. And I think, honest to goodness, I look back at my beginning videos, my skin looked really great, but I think now that I have found a great product for my skin, for me, my matured age, I think I look a lot better than I did when I first started out. And that isn't because I've had a facelift or because I've had anything done. I haven't had my eyes fixed. You can tell if somebody's had an eye job. I mean, my gosh, my nose was broken, what, 60 years ago maybe? It was cracked in half. This part of my nose was over here. And I didn't even have my nose fixed. I didn't even have surgery to have my crooked nose fixed. So go figure. I could have, but I didn't go underneath the knife for that. And I have talked to you before in a video. I don't know if I could even find it and link it. I have talked to you before about when I was in my early 40s. I think it was, I keep forgetting dates because, you know, I think it was like 87, 88. I got Bell's palsy. And I'll tell you, one day I got up and I looked in the mirror and I went to close my eye like this to put on my eyeshadow, and I couldn't close this eye. It wouldn't close. And I thought, what the heck? So I mean, no matter how hard I tried, this eye was not closing. So I ran in, I laid down in bed, and I pretended like I was sleeping. This eye closed and this eye wouldn't. I called my husband. I was hysterical. I went into the emergency room. I was diagnosed with Bell's palsy. There's an end to this story, so hold on, wait. So I was diagnosed with Bell's palsy, and this whole side of my face had just absolutely drooped. I mean, it was just awful. I mean, my daughter used to sing, "Love me tender, love me true," because that's just the way I looked. I mean, it was a joke because we were making light of it, but it was pretty devastating for me because I've always been into beauty and to fixing up. To see this whole side of my face, it's almost like a stroke, Bell's palsy. I know some of you, I just had a subscriber who had just told me, I'm sorry, I can't remember. If you're watching, put a comment below. She had Bell's palsy also. So those who have had Bell's palsy knows that it's pretty devastating. Some never recuperate from it. When I had it really bad, I I remember my son was in California at the time. He was on a trip, and he called me at night. He says, Mom, I was just talking to somebody out here, a doctor or somebody, and he said, the best thing you can do for Bell's palsy is to massage it. Keep massaging it, Mom, keep massaging it. I was like, okay, I'll do anything, because this was like, you know, I mean, I was the baseball queen. I can't have Bell's palsy. No, I'm joking. But anyway, so I started massaging it. And at the time, I went out and bought a gadget I went out and bought a gadget by Connie Stevens. And she had this little machine with the 2 little buttons on it, and it vibrated on your face, if you remember that. I think they still sell it on Amazon. I'm pretty sure I looked a couple of years ago, and I saw it, and I was going to get it, and I thought, But I bought it, and I was religious about putting that massager on my face. And I think it helped, because it's all in muscle control. I think that really helped for me having long-term paralysis on that side of my face. Now, I have to say, and I said it before, collagen injections were big back then. In the late 80s, early 90s. Collagen was a big thing. And I think it was like, wasn't it horses or cows' urine or something? I don't remember, but it was pretty gross when I found out. But I did go to the doctors then, and I had, this side of my face was so drooped over here that I had collagen injections over on my face. I mean, I was going there all the time. So I had collagen injections on my face. And then, you know, I had a few over here because I was starting to look unbalanced, and it still had droop. So but the collagen themselves, the fillers, still to this day have left kind of lumps in my, only on this side of my face, because I didn't really do much to this side of my face. This was my worst. So that, I guess you can consider I had fillers done because it was collagen. And that was to pick up my face from this horrible, horrible Bell's palsy. It was just, I was terrible. It's very devastating to have to go through that. I was devastated. So that helped. And outside of that, the rest, and I think what started me to say this is that I realized then with my little Connie Stevens gadget that massaging is a key to tightening muscles. I mean, I don't even know if somewhere in my arsenal of pictures downstairs, if I have a picture of that. And I had to wear a patch on my eye for 6 or 8 months because that eye would not close. I had to put cream in my eye all the time. So anyway, I had that. And I still, when I talk, I can see that I talk, this side is still a little paralysis, but you know, that's all I have done. I discovered then too, but before that even I was massaging my skin, but really the importance of the vibration and the movement of your face. You know, it's funny because you can take a little scrawny person like yourself or your kids or whatever, and they're this little tiny skinny with no shape to their body whatsoever, and they go to weight training, and all of a sudden they become Arnold Schwarzenegger, I don't know, you know what I'm saying. And they build up muscle. How do you think that they get muscle built up? They work at it every day. They're at the gym. They're building up their muscles. You do the same thing with your face. I learned that many, many years ago. And it's never, ever too late to start. It is too late to stop if you're going to stop doing it, because then you lose the elasticity, you lose the control of your muscle. Just like a bodybuilder, once they stop, they turn into like flab and nothing. They have to maintain that lifting in order to maintain their physical physique. And that's the way you have to do to your face. And I do these things every day. That and using an amazing product. And that is how I maintain my good skin at my age at 79 or 80. Not from plastic surgery. I could never afford $30,000, $40,000 for plastic surgery. And nor would I ever. I would never get cheek fillers in my face where it just, I don't have anything against it if you want to do that. There's many people on here I know that do it. I don't have any problem with that. I mean, I'm all for like looking in the mirror and being the best version of yourself that you want to be for you. I would never cut anybody down. I would never try to tell anybody, you know, wear makeup, don't wear makeup because this is what you have to do. And this is, you know, I am not that kind of a person. I am a person on here that's going to tell you be the best version of yourself no matter what it takes. So this version of myself is fully made up because I love it. And nobody can tell me that it's poison to my skin or that it's going to be bad for my skin, because I'm an example of doing massaging and working your skin every single day. And I've been doing that probably for 65 years. And I think I told you it started by this Miss America. She came to my class in high school. One of my teachers was her sister. She was an old Miss America. I can't remember, 56, 7, I don't know. And she came to our class and talked. And she was talking about hygiene, you know, to us girls, because it was part of our home economics class. And then she got into like her face, and that she was telling us then that she used Jergens lotions and Pond's, I'll never forget, and how she massaged it into her face. And we were all lined up. We were all getting these little massages, and something clicked in my head back then, and I was probably 16. And something clicked in my head then about massaging and how the greatness that it can do for your skin. So the muscle control that I have in my face, you know, in my eyes, in my neck especially, I wouldn't even know the first. I guess you can have neck lifts. I think Kathleen from Design and Entertainment, she told me once that there is such a thing as a neck lift. I can't imagine going into my lymph glands and doing anything like that. This is all from massaging and using the perfect balance cream for my skin type. And, you know, thank you for thinking that I've had a facelift. So yeah, so the collagen injections just kind of help to plump this part of my face up over here, and really kind of settled in and kind of balanced me out a little bit. The massaging part, I think, is what really stimulated the muscle control and tightened the muscles so they didn't droop that much. And like I say, it was actually this side of my face that was bad. So it was my left side. I keep doing this, but it was my left side. So, you know, collagen was a big deal back then. And then I stopped it, and I just continued with my massaging technique. And that's pretty much what I have done. And like I say, the rest of it is, I take care of my canvas. The rest of this is just fluff. And I was going to tell you kind of a funny story, which before when I was getting sidetracked, and then I wanted to make sure that I told you about my products and my things that I don't use. I don't use anything on my skin that zaps me, and I don't use rollers. I don't use Retin A. Somebody asked me if I did Retin A or the other one starts with a T, I forget. I don't use any of those products. Some of you girls do. I've said it before. You look great. I would never knock it, because some of you are religious about your Retin A and you love it. I have never been to use any of those products on me, personally, my skin. They react on me much differently than maybe they react on some of you. So I don't even use a Retin A product or anything. I don't use anything that zaps my skin, that puts a current in my skin for fear that maybe it'll hurt, you know, my heart or another part of my organs. And that's just me, because at my age, I don't want anything to zap me. But so that's all I use. But anyway, a funny story about this, and I'll just tell you really quick, is when I talk about beauty and about fluff, I remember I was like 10 years old. I've always been, I did backcombing of hair before backcombing became available. I don't even know how I learned that, but it was just, you know, backcombing with my fingers like this. But anyway, my mother was beautiful. My mother came from 10 brothers and sisters. Those 10 kids were absolutely beautiful people. They all kept themselves up. They all wore makeup. They all used Jergens lotions and Pond's. And the boys were absolutely, oh my gosh, they were like movie stars. I had one Uncle Carl. He could have been, on my mother's side, he could have been a movie actor. They were like Italian stallions, these guys. And I remember at 10 years old, I went over to my grandparents, because we visited my grandparents, my mother's mom and dad, a lot. And I remember saying, look, I kept staring at my grandma. And my mom says, stop staring at grandma. And so we got in the car to come home, and I go, Mom, I said, I have a question. And she'd say, what? And I go, why are you all so pretty, all 10 of you? And Grandma's really ugly. Isn't that terrible? And she goes, Bab, stop that. She's not ugly. She just doesn't fix herself up. And I remember thinking, as a kid, So the next time we went over to my grandma's for dinner, I had in my little purse, I had brought my mother's Jergens lotion. I had brought makeup. I brought my comb. I brought a bow. I brought lipstick. I brought bobby pins. I brought the whole 9 yards. So I thought, I'm going to see for myself. So I remember sitting Grandma down, and I said, I'm going to fix you up today, Grandma. She goes, oh, okay, Babsy. So I sat her down, and I put the Jergens lotion all over. I washed her face, because she didn't even believe in washing her face that much, because she thought it would wash out all her oils. I don't know, go figure back then. So I did her all up. I did Jergens lotion on her. I put foundation on her. I did little back combing of her hair. I put this little bun up in her hair, kind of like this was back in the 40 days, you know. And I fixed her hair up. She had gray hair, actually gray hair, more salt and peppery, but really gray. And I put lipstick on her. And when I got done with her, everybody was like, wow, Mom, you know, the kids were there. Everybody was there for dinner. They couldn't believe the transformation of this woman in front of their eyes. And so I remember thinking of a kid, well, that didn't take much effort to look good, because there's no such thing as an ugly person. So it was kind of a funny story. So yeah, even my grandpa turned around and said, oh, Juliana, he spoke, you know, broken English. Oh, Bella, some gosh, look, you're so bella, he said to her. And I mean, everybody, I mean, she was like, and she had really pretty skin. And so I thought, wow. So I said to my mom afterwards, I said, Grandma looked really pretty. And she goes, yeah, that's what fluff does to your skin. And so I took that with me. Now, I hope you don't think that, well, that's terrible. That's your grandma. I love my grandma no matter what. But I was into beauty and hair, even at 10 years old and 12 years old. And of course, she never kept it up, because they didn't back in, you know, the 30s and the 40s. They didn't really care about stuff like that. But we've evolved. We've come such a long way. And I think in the mature community, a lot of us have come a long way today. We're not invisible. We want to look good. We don't just sit around with no makeup on today. So I guess that's just a little funny story for you that happened to me when I was a kid, when I first noticed that there's no such thing as a homely person. There's no such thing, because you can make beauty out of anything. I mean, beauty is a creativity that you can do if you're willing to put some time and effort in it. And girls, I put time and effort into my skin. I will not go under the knife for nobody. I never have, and I never will. And I just wanted to pass that on to you before I actually get into my product reviews and what I think about products and what would Barb do, kind of thing. So I hope I answered your questions, and I don't know how else to show you. I'm in front of a great big picture window. It isn't the best of sunny days today, but I just wanted you to see, you know, how my skin was, and to be honest with you and cross my heart, I have not had a facelift. I have not had laser. I'm just me. You know, I'm not ruling out. I've had Botox before up here. I told that story too about when my grandson was born. I had Botox, and both of my eyes closed shut. I think he went too deep, and so Botox and me just didn't get along. But I've had Desport before done up in here, and I may get it again. I don't know. That's to me is not anything bad to do to your face. I don't think us women just want to walk around with frowns on, and when you have those number 11s, you look like you're frowning. And why should you look frowning when you're not a frowning person? So I don't think there's anything wrong with that. I really don't. And slight fillers and injections, if you want to have that done, as long as you're not overfilled like these stars and some of these people are. It's ridiculous to be that overfilled. But to get something a little bit to help you out, why not? I mean, I'm not opposed to it. I just want you to know, personally, coming from me, some of you new subscribers that don't believe it, I honestly have not had a facelift. So thank you for watching this. Now I'm going to get on to the same clothes because I'm not changing. All my stuff is right here. And we're going to talk about product reviews. But I wanted to clear that up first. So I love you guys. Thank you for watching. You know I appreciate you. And I always look forward to you coming over to my living room today and having these chats. So remember, girls, be the I in kind. We all need that today. I love you all. Bye-bye.